can never get the D one right. Mind you, you'd think I'd have a lot of practice. I mean, recorder's what we learn at school every single day. I used to know D, or rather, I kind of know it. But, guess I'm a little out of practice. Of course, playing the recorder isn't really my job, so it makes sense that I haven't had that much in the way of practice. You know, I used to play Zelda's Lullaby on here once. But, I can't even remember how it goes. Pretty sure I could play loads of tunes on this old thing, but, I think its tuner needs to be different. Of course, Roger doesn't really need to worry about tuning his instruments. He's the one who creates the music, the songs, and the lyrics, and the notes, so that us musicians can play. It'd be a shame if he ever dried up. Luckily, he's got his good friend Pongo to help him out. And even if Roger doesn't think his music is very good, I'm pretty sure Pongo knows more than he does. This story is a 101 Dalmatians story, and it's called Pongo Carries a Tune. I don't know what we're going to do, Roger Radcliffe told his wife Anita. We have all these puppies to feed, and I don't have one song to sell. Don't worry, Anita told him. I'm sure you'll be inspired soon. I'm glad you're sure, said Roger, because all I've got is a bunch of used paper. He pointed to the overflowing wastebasket. Don't give up, said Anita. I know that you can do it. After Anita left, Pongo watched his pet pace in front of his piano. Oh, Pongo, old boy, I must have written 10 songs in 10 days, but they're all terrible, Roger said. What am I going to do? That night, Pongo talked to Purdy about Roger's dilemma. They sat in the middle of the living room, surrounded by puppies. Roger has already written 10 songs, explained Pongo. He just doesn't think they're good enough to sell. But I know they are. I've heard him play them. And you don't have a songwriter for a pet without developing a good ear for hit songs. Purdy knew what he was thinking. Do you know the way to the music publisher? She asked. Pongo nodded. I've taken Roger for walks there dozens of times. After Roger and Anita had gone to sleep, Pongo padded into the music room and gathered up the sheet music from the wastebasket. Then he sneaked out of the house, carrying the music to the publisher's office. Pongo pushed all the pages onto the door, then trotted back home. The next day, the phone rang. Roger answered. You what? Roger said. You did? You are? But how did you... Oh, I see. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Anita rushed over. Who was that? My music publisher, said Roger. He's buying 10 of my songs. 10 songs, cried Anita. I thought you didn't even have one to sell. Roger scratched his head in confusion. I didn't think I did. So what happened? Asked Anita. Purdy looked at Pongo and barked. Her husband sure could carry a tune. All the way across town to the publisher's office. It was only thanks to his good friend Pongo that Roger managed to sell those music songs. It just goes to show that you sometimes have to look again at what you've already created. What you may think is bad, other people may think of as good. Perhaps there's a little bit of creativity in every single one of us. I think I'm going to have one more go on my recorder. Sure, there's a tune in here somewhere. Bye for now. I'll keep practicing. See you around.